Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the start of a new series. Well, actually, before the start of a new series. As a lot of you know, the majority of the campaigns that I play, I tend to make a custom campaign to play, make it a little bit different. At this time, on the back of the Bannerman of a Bastard, which this is currently sort of running, you can see my character that I played there, and how this William the Bastard... Wait, so, wait. This time around, he is already attacking. Without me doing anything. Why did my bastard not attack? I mean, I looked at this on the stream, I did. Anyway, let's get away from that. After that didn't go all that well, the episode should be going live, and you can figure out how we finally sort of died. I was talking to Lars of House Lurker, and we was trying to find other people who would be good to be Bannerman. You know, play as Bannerman of. And we found, well, there is still a Norse Duke. So we sort of settled upon, he's the only Norse Duke. We'll keep our Norse character and we'll play as his Bannerman. And I believe Lars picked this particular guy who will be replaced by ourselves, but, this sort of like counter up here. Now, while he was looking into that, Lars also found that this guy is actually the descendant of the previous king of Sweden. And because Sweden is actually a elective system, he lost. So we're going to be putting in a bit of a scenario in that our Duke is going to have chosen the 15th of September 1066. I don't know why that date, just because that's when we're starting playing. He's going to choose that he's tired of living under the rule. I mean, if you look, this actually shows up as like trying to be Christianized. He's not, this is like the only bit of independent Norse land here. And he is, not happy anymore being subject to a Catholic king. And most likely what it is we've been talking to him. This isn't us yet, but it will be. We've been talking to him and we've encouraged him to rebel. So at the start of our campaign, and I'll try to make sure that there is actually a download link, and I'll publish it to Steam for the first time when we get this set up. At the start of our campaign, it'll be the same date as it is now. However, let's quickly show to direct vassals. Upland here, which includes us, is going to be in a revolt against the rest of Sweden. Just for an independence war, although... this guy does actually have a strong claim on Sweden, but we'll have it as an independence war. To start off with, he just doesn't want to be ruled by a Catholic. And I'm hoping that because he has a claim and he's reasonably not old and his wife is... let's see. Chart info. How fertile is this lady? Fertility 35%. His fertility is... 50, the King of Sweden is 20. And our Duke's sister is 60. Okay, so I think that's sort of, he could do with a better wife, but I'm pretty sure, that's gonna be okay. And he should have a son even in case, but the idea is after the truce, we win the independence war, the plan would be to win the independence war, and then we will encourage him to... declare a claim war. I would love to get that as an event or something that we can force. Maybe an event that our character would have which would force them to go to war over that claim war, but I don't know if I can remember off the top of my head how to do that. So that might be in the released version and not in the version that we use for this campaign. But yeah, so it'll be like a 10-year truce, I think, after that. So the idea is for independent, then take Sweden. Once he becomes king, we can become a duke. Once we become a duke, I can start creating, you guys as vassals and have your own houses, because we tried that over here, but when you were under me, it just didn't feel right. So we're going to wait until we can actually make you counts. Counts under us, under myself. And the final part of the campaign should be trying to make our king the Emperor of Scandinavia. And owning his de jure land, of course. Which Denmark we might even be able to do once we become a duke, getting an election and getting our king elected over there. I don't believe Norway is elective, is it? Actually, Norway is also elective. How many duchies? Because it's the dukes who gets to vote. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 4? Yeah. So chances are, if I could get 2 or 3... if I could get... In Denmark, I think there's less duchies. Yeah, there's only 3 people voting, so if I could get 2 of them, I can sort of... Oh no, because I'll only have 1 vote. I don't know, I think we could probably play the election thing. Anyway, that's not to do with the mod at the moment, which we'll be going to. And I think my final aim myself, after getting, him being Emperor of Scandinavia, I want to become King of England under the Emperor of Scandinavia. Ladies and gentlemen of the Twitch chat, I will go over what's going on, just recording this bit for YouTube at the moment. And... yeah, that's sort of going to be the plan. But to start off with, we need to move... we have a base of a mod, which I've taken from the Bannerman of a Bastard. Let me just bring this onto the screen. As you can see, the only mods that I actually have installed at the moment are Bannerman of a Bastard, BOAB, and BOO, which is Bannerman of Odin. Oh, yeah, also, as well as being the historic, son of the King of Sweden before the Catholics took over, the House how to pronounce M-U-N-S. I'll put a normal O in, I'll hope it'll come up with it. M-O-N... not D-O-S-O. How do I put the special O in? Can I copy and paste from you? No. If I put house in, will it... There's a Wikipedia page. Does the Wikipedia page have a sound file for me to play to? No, it doesn't even give me the... sort of like the stupid pronounce and dictionary, where you have the strange letters and stuff like that. Well, Munso. I'm going to say Munso. It's going to be wrong, but you guys can help me with that later on. But House Munso is, if we follow Norse mythology, is actually descended from Odin. This is where Bannerman of Odin comes in, basically. So we are a Bannerman of a descendant of Odin, who we are going to help restore the Norse faith to the world. But yeah, we have the starting point. We've got Bannerman of Odin, we've got the little note file, which... the .mod file, sorry, and we have the folder. In the folder, we have the dynasties. This is basically just my custom dynasty, House Doom, and then these are going to be used... oh, I went into Bannerman of the Bastard. Let's go to Bannerman of Odin instead, because that's the one that I actually want to be making changes to. And you see, it says actually ROI dynasties, because this comes from my Republic of Ireland campaign. It's been copied over from that. But these are the custom dynasties that we're going to be using to give to you guys. At the moment, they have... temporary names of Doom 2, Doom 3, Doom 4, but I can change this, reload the mod, and then your dynasties will be brought in. Obviously, we have to change the characters' dynasties over as well, because you'll, by default, be a Doom, because you're going to be my son, or grandson, or nephew, or whatever, and then we're going to create you. But, yeah, what I don't... 668, 669, 7... oh, yeah, because I'm thinking, how are we going to 7? Yeah, of course we went to 7, because we got above 69. Now, the other part of this mod, which is actually here, is a history, character, Republican. Again, fall back from the Republic of Ireland mod, which never got out there. That's, Nick. That's fine. All we really need to remember is that 51000 is Nick. And the rest of it is titles. This is actually where I got it so that... we was the count of this place, which we don't want anymore. I'm just thinking, is it worthwhile? Copying this? No. We'll just delete this here. And what we need there is instead, is we're going to be looking at playing at Metalped. So let's bring up our Steam folder, get out of the mod, go into Crusader Kings 2 itself. History title should bring up, basically every single province in the game. Go to Mede, Thankfully, yeah, it did turn up because we Munso is more like Munsur. Okay, I'll try to get that pronounced right. Thankfully, it's spelt like this because the game files are generally written in English, but yeah, with the dynamic Dutchy names and stuff like that for different cultures, you can't always find them. Now, we're looking for something just before 1066. 1090, 1066. Okay, so this is actually where it gets set, and we want to change the holder to 51000. File say no. Ladies and gentlemen, that is what you don't do. I've just modified the core game file. What I should have done was created a copy. Okay, but I can find out what this information was because this is the character that we're currently playing. So that number was actually 213. So that should be saved back to normal. Now what you do instead is you copy the file that you've just found, go back to your mod folder, which is Crusader Kings 2, mod, Bannerman of Odin, history, and you follow the structure like you did before, like how you found the file, and you put it here. Then you open the one in your mod folder, and rename that. Thankfully, it's also setting our liege to the Duke of Upland, which means we're going to make sure that we are... And just put a bit of a note in. If you put a hash, then it doesn't... the computer doesn't pass it, it's just for like humans to read. I should use Notepad++. I have it installed, but I don't have the syntax language at the moment, Mr. Coaster. So I'm avoiding using it. I want it, but I ain't got it set up. Let's see. You just put Nick Doon added by mod. Just a quick note so we know that that's the line that we changed. File save. Now, that's not all I want to do with this mod. I want to force for war to be already going at the start. I prefer an event, but so we can get playing today, I just want to go straight to a war. And we will quit. I'll reload up the game. And we'll just double check that, you know, I am in that province now. Just check that that's actually working. And we have the OOO version 0.01. I will increment that the next change we make. This is 001, just moving us there. But yeah, I think a general event which forces your liege to declare an independence war on his liege should be quite useful, and maybe an event... Oh. Who's this talking? Have fun, matey. I don't recognise the name, but I have fun too, thank you. Single player, let's go to, obviously, 1066. Just custom setup. I hate that screen. It's good for mods, you know, when you're creating it and you have, like, sort of set things like the, And here we have, yeah, Chief Nick of Melpad. We don't have a custom house because we're Norse. If we was playing as Christian or anything where, you know, sigils, you know, mattered more, I would create a custom one, but for the time being I don't mind having a whatever. Yeah, so he's there. So we know that's working. Actually, no, I do actually want to be in the game so I can get our liege's information. Play. Also, in the game files, you have, in the history, let's... And I closed down the folder we was using. But I should be able to get back to it reasonably quickly. Do I have it in the... That's annoying. It hasn't came up as a frequently used one. So, PC, Games SSD, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Crusader Kings. Let's make this a little bit bigger. I wish I could make it bigger so that, you know, the text was bigger, but at least, yeah, we'll be a bit more here. In the base game under History, there's a tab called Wars. Now, we're going to be creating our own one of these, but just have a quick look at the way that it's set out. Claim on Liege plot. War of Two Erics. So that's a custom casus belli. And this is the start of a war, attacker and defender at the end of a war. So for each scripted war, it looks like it has its own file? Yeah. Magyars. Now, curiosity, is there any independence war, like, pre-set up? Tribal invasion. Tribal invasion. There's not as many wars, sort of like, scripted in as I thought there would be. It's fairly religious. A Mongol invasion. There's such everything, Mr. Coaster. You'll have to send me a link to that because I don't recognise it. Invasion. Norse invasion, Viking invasion. I don't think there is a independence war by default, so let's just take as a base Norman Conquest. So it is scripted. He is meant to be at war. Norman Conquest, actor. Why the hell didn't my last campaign actually have that war then? Well, I'll copy this over. Copy, and we'll go back to our mod. And I know that this isn't really the war that we want, but it's a lot easier copying and modifying files than creating them from scratch because you have the structure already there. And we know we need a folder in here called Wars. It'll be a lowercase. And was it War or Wars? I can't remember. So just have a look, double check. I usually copy the folder. It is a Wars. Good. Gotta make sure that you get that structure right. History of Wars. Paste, and we'll rename this to... What's our liege's name? No, our liege. It's you. Eric's Independence War. So just to make sure I actually get this spelt correctly and stuff. Eric's Independence War. I wasn't talking into Google, guys. I don't know what you mean. Actually, no. It won't be Eric's Independence War. It'll be the Norse Independence War. Norse Independence War. Have I misspelled Norse? I know you guys can't see. Sorry, I tried getting my best to get it. Yeah, it says Germanic there. Let's take out the Independence War. There, it seems I got it right. It's fine then. Should be doing that on screen. Haven't quite got the hang of this yet, but Wars. Let's rename you. Looks like it wants to be lowercase from how that was before, and we need underscores. Now, this is basically how I learnt to mod, you know, putting things in and seeing if it worked. And I'm mimicking the... what's the best way of putting it? Like, the grammar as best I can, so I like using them as spaces. They might not necessarily be necessary. However, to me, I feel like if I copy it and, you know, things work, then just keep doing it. Now, the one reason I picked this war is because it actually starts at the right time. The attacker and defender needs to be changed. So we need... oh, no, don't need that symbol there. We need you changed from Norman Conquest to Norse Independence War. Casusbelli doesn't want to be invasion, it wants to be independence, but just double checking how we... you know, what the actual wording of that is. If we go to... common, I believe, and then is there a Casusbelli CB types file. And it's quite a long file, so let's go in the... if we have independence... so are you in independence, Casusbelli? I'm pretty sure it'll just be independence. Make sure I'm spelling that right. Let's just see if we can find independence. Bid for independence. Okay, I think that's what we want. Let's just see on success. Liege before war route, he will set de facto liege perv. Set de facto liege route. The any attacker. See if there's any other than, you know, bid for independence. Pose liege. Powerful vassals can choose independence. Well, what Casus Belli was that? No. Let's just go back up, and I think bid for independence will be fine. But I was just going to put independence. As you can see, the actual name is bid for independence, or at least I think that's the one. So let's go back to our war page. We changed Casus Belli from invasion to bid for independence. I don't believe you're required, because we're not going for a specific title. It's not a requirement. We need the attacker to be... Did I have chat info on? I don't think I have in this yet. Okay, load that up. Alright, go to our liege. Prince Eric is 100 and 546. Very much not the correct way of, you know, name it. I don't need you up anymore. We definitely don't want to be making any changes there. It's you, so 100. 5. Was it 46? Yeah, 546. And of course, at the finish, we expect it to be the same. I just thought this... It says the war finishes, but it doesn't actually say what happens in the war. But I guess because that's covered by all the other history. And we also want to know what our current king... 10522. And it always seems strange to me that the characters for, like, you know, the Norman Conquest, fair enough, if it was the start time, it's sort of like the focal point of the start of the game. You know, William and Harold Hardrada and Harold Godwinson have, like, really low numbers. And then the Norse have, like, these... No, by order of, like, 1,000 higher. I quite like that. Mr. Coaster has not just found, you know, me for new things to try, he's also found things for the people in the Twitch chat to do. So I'll make sure that they're posted in the description, or hopefully. Save. So that should be the war added in. So let quit. Reload the game. Actually, no, wait. We've got to do something first. It's always very important when making something like this. Increment the file name. Yeah, probably you'd actually only do that one session each time you sat down, or each time you made a major change, but it is like a 0.0 number. Let's load the game up again, and of course we just want to double check that, yep, that mod is playing, so hopefully it'll load up. And when we go in and play as Nick Doom, the war should already be started. And that's going to be all that we do to start the campaign ourselves. I do actually want to have a little bit more of a play. Basically, it's almost always the case. Well, it is always the case. I create a mod for a series, and there's so much more I want to do, but, you know, just basically want to get started first. I'm pretty sure if the war had already started, we should be seeing it. Okay, so it's not there at the 15th of September. Crap, when did I do it for? History, wars. That's where we went wrong before then. It's actually the 9th of October, apparently it starts. Let's minimize you again, so skip you over to October. I guess that does sort of coincide with his invasion. There's the 9th of October, we should be a Swedish Revolt. Yes, I am going to change that so it starts at the Stamford Bridge starting point. So we'll change that to the 15th of September. But, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube, that is all the time we have for today. We'll be starting the campaign in episode 1. We're going to call this episode 0. And I hope you enjoyed. See you later. And I don't have a button to push to stop recording, so send the screen black.